Yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. It's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. Move the sticks, first down. You better not step out of bounds. You don't really want it, but you really need it. It's the underground, man, we undefeated. Michael Jackson couldn't beat it, fourth down, couldn't reach it, man, your squad about to lose it. Go ahead and face the music, flip a coin, you still lost. Pay the cost to beat the bars, turn your motherfucking lights off. Yeah, CTE, these niggas can't see me. Got your head fucked up, got the gang locked up, and it's over for your ass. Fourth down, you better pass. You know what it is, you ain't gotta ask. It's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, that's your ass, boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, that's your ass, boy, you done.
Yeah, you know what it is. It's your host, once again, Filthy Rich, on the Underground Sports Show. You know how we get down, baby. We live all the time, man. Call into the show, 412-407-2744. Around here, we talk sports, we talk shit. You know how we get down, man. All the time, live. Call in, do what you gotta do, man. Yeah, today, man, we got a lot to talk about, man. Of course, we keeping up with the NFL football. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of Steeler talk today because the Steeler beef ain't over. We're going to get into some NBA a little bit too, man. We got to talk about Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Michael Jordan ain't hooping right now. He's doing something else, but we going to get into that too. You know what I'm saying? I doubt if you got them Jordans on today, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it's all here on the underground, man. So stay tuned and let's get into it, man. Yeah, on the underground. Yeah. It's the underground. Yeah. Good evening, y'all. What's up with you? It's your boy, your host, Filthy Rich, here on the Underground Sports Show, man. You know how we do around here, man. Talking sports, talking shit. Ain't nothing else to do, man. Late night sports talk. You know what I'm saying? Freestyle show, man. NFL season is over, but it's never over for the NFL, so we know we're going to get into that, man. But y'all know how I like to start out the show with a couple icebreakers here and there and let everybody get up in here, man. Make sure when you jump in that you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you ain't already subscribed. You know what I'm saying? And definitely share the channel, man, all day, man. Get up in the chat. Let me know you in the house, man. And, you know, that's all we need around here, man, on the Underground Sports Show. Some participation, baby. This show ain't just for me to run my mouth, man. Call into the show, talk what you got to talk all day, man. You know, anytime you want to interrupt, call in, say what you got to say. Don't worry if I ain't get to the Steelers yet, jump on it. If I ain't get to Michael Jordan yet, jump on it. But like I said, I'm going to start with a couple icebreakers, let people get in the room, man. I just want to say what's up to everybody and appreciate everybody all this good time that we've been on the underground, man. We had a great football season here on the underground, man. And I do want to say appreciate everybody that participated. Definitely everybody that hit the like button, because y'all don't understand how important it is to hit the like button, man. You hit the like button, you help me spread out, man. It's like giving me a donation, man. For real, man. You help me spread out to the rest of the YouTube universe. And that really helps, man. But it is February 17th, so it is still Black History Month. And the first thing I got to do is give a big RIP and a big shout out at the same time to Reverend Jesse Jackson, man. Today, Jesse Jackson passed away, a leader of the civil rights movement. You know, you could, there ain't enough you could say about Jesse Jackson's contributions to the civil rights movement, okay? I mean, he was literally Martin Luther King's right-hand man, okay? And today, Jesse Jackson died at 84 years old. And man, I just want to say RIP and definitely give him a big shout out. Great, healthy 84-year-old life. You couldn't ask for nothing more, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm 48 years old and I feel like I lived a good life, man. And he's pretty much double me. So yeah, he definitely made his mark on the world. Not only America, but on the world, man. Jesse Jackson, man, one of his more key statements was keep hope alive, man. Remember that from your childhood, man? If you're around my age or if you're older than me, man, you was grown and you really went through the civil rights movement and seen all the work that Jesse Jackson put in if you a little older than me, man. So call into the show, man. Say what you got to say. If you one of the older fellas watching the show and you know or you seen a lot more that Jesse Jackson did than me, but I definitely know he was Martin Luther King's right-hand man, definitely all through the civil rights. And we can't forget, this is what I remember the most about Jesse Jackson when it comes to my childhood, is Jesse Jackson was the first black man I seen run for president, okay? You know, it's ironic how he died at 84 years old, and 1984 was the year he first ran for president. Isn't that pretty ironic? I think that's pretty special right there, man, because he'll always be remembered for 1984 just for running for president. I think he set the path for Barack Obama. Wouldn't be no Barack Obama if it wasn't for the bravery of Jesse Jackson. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is to be black in this country, man. That is something that is not the easiest thing to do as a civil rights activist to run for president. Also, being there when he seen his right-hand man get shot and killed for being a civil rights activist, you never know the situation you're going to be running for president, okay? So like I said, 1984, that was in my childhood where I remember Jesse Jackson. He was just, I seen a black face running for president. Then he ran again in 1988. He had a really, really much better campaign in 1988. Still, of course, didn't win the election, but that's what I remember about Jesse Jackson. So salute to Jesse Jackson for sure, man, for just being a great civil rights guy, man. Everything that we benefit from today comes from guys and everybody, for real, man. Everybody does, even if it's a small thing, you know what I mean? Even if you standing behind Jesse Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Or standing with Jesse Jackson, even in spirit, you know what I'm saying? In your own situations, we all had the power to make America better. You know what I'm saying? But Jesse Jackson was at the forefront, man, on the front line, man, and you gotta appreciate that, man, and that's why I want to give him a big shout out for that. Not only a RIP, man, rest in peace for sure, but a shout out on his whole life, man, on his whole life, right? But you know, I did a little research, and it's Wild House Black History Month, and I was just reading about Jesse Jackson, and you know, I was thinking he was the first black person to ever run for president. You know what I'm saying? But he was not, man. So here's a whole history lesson. Jesse Jackson was not the first black to run for president, but he was the first to mount a major nationwide campaign, of course. But Shirley Chisholm, man. Shirley, make sure I'm saying her right now, right? Because I just found this out today. No cap, man. Maybe some of y'all know Shirley Chisholm. I bet you people older than me know Shirley Chisholm. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I did not know this, man. She ran for president back in 1972, man. 1972. Let's read a little bit more about Shirley Chisholm right here, man. Shirley Chisholm was an American politician who in 1968 became the first black woman to be elected in the United States Congress. Chisholm represented New York's 12th Congressional District, a district centered in Bedford, Brooklyn, for 7 terms from 1969 to 1983. That's a long time, man. In 1972, she became the first black candidate for a major party nomination for President of the United States and the first woman to run for the Democratic Party's presidential nomination. So she's the first woman, period, black or white, to run for the presidential nomination. They don't tell you stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I had to do my little research and tripped over it. Throughout her career, she was known for taking a resolute stand against economic, social, and political injustices, as well as being a strong supporter of black civil rights and women rights, man. Shout out to Shirley Chisholm, man. I love the hairdo, man. For sure, man. Remind me of my mom's pictures back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I love the jewelry. She's just a nice looking lady. You know what I'm saying? Never seen this lady's image in my life. No cap, man. No cap. I didn't. If you did, let me know. But I didn't, man. I didn't even know that a woman ran for president. A black woman was the first black person to run for president. Now, she didn't make it far. She was just, what they call it, a nomination, presidential nomination for the Democratic Party. But still, that had to be brave at the time. Not only is a black person, but a woman, man. A woman in America. So, yeah, man. Shout out to Shirley Chisholm and R.I.P. to Jesse Jackson. And definitely a big shout out to him, too, okay? So, yeah, let's finish up with the icebreakers, man. So, let's move on, man. It's something that I just seen in the news. I seen on the internet, man. There was a slot machine malfunction at a casino, right? So, you gonna say, Rich, how is this sports? Because I tell everybody, man, if you're gonna gamble, don't gamble on a slot machine. If you're gonna gamble, just go put a couple dollars on a sports game, man. Because I believe you got a better chance, because it's real, it's almost a 50-50 shot, man. It's almost a flip of a coin. Some games is more than a flip of a coin. But if you want to return, man, it's better just to bet on sports, right? I tell people all that. And these jackpot games, man, they're made out of, it's computers now, man. It ain't the old jackpot slot machine where you pulled it and the machine actually ran around, a king, big robot, right? Now it's a TV screen. You down there pressing a button and you letting the TV screen pick the odds of you winning. Now, if you can't manipulate that, come on, if you can't, I just can't understand why anybody, I ain't gonna say it. For leisure, I go down there and play a slot machine here and there, but, and not here and there, year to there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't understand how somebody could be down there getting busy, man. And this is what happened to this lady right here, which is brutally crazy, man. Crazy. Let's get to the story real quick. Where's my story go? Anyway, a woman thought her life changed forever after hitting a massive $43 million jackpot on a slot machine, but the casino is claiming that it was all a malfunction instead of the life-changing bag. They told her she was actually that she actually won. Hold on, let me start over. A woman thought her life changed forever after hitting a massive $43 million jackpot on a slot machine, but the casino is claiming it was all malfunction instead. The life-changing bag, they told her she actually won $2.25 and offered her a complimentary steak dinner to make up for her confusion. She's reportedly taking them to court over the incident. That is crazy, bro. Hey, man, like I said, you can manipulate them. I don't understand why people even play these things. Sounds like they played her, bro. $43 million jackpot, and they gonna tell her it was a malfunction. You only won $2.25, and then try to offer her a steak dinner. Yeah, I think I'd be taking them to court too, man. I don't understand that. Computers can be manipulated. Look, let's take a look behind me, bro. Let's take a look behind me. They've been back there for a long time. I know you done seen them. I got NBA Jam over here, a computer arcade game, and over here I got NFL Blitz, right? Made by the same company, Midway, all right? Both great games. I love them. But they're cheaters. If you know, you know, man. They're cheaters. The game is made to cheat. Once you get up by a couple points on NBA Jam, the computer is going to come back on you. It's automatically. Even if you get down by a few points, your percentage of your shot is going to go up. It's going to go automatically. It's always going to go with the loser and advance them, so the game is always tight at the end. Everybody knows that now. These games are decades old, bro. That secret been out. Both of these games. If you're up by 14 points in NFL Blitz, you could bet the computer's about to break a whole bunch of tackles and get in the end zone. That's just the way they set the game up. to make it more fun, more competitive, or harder to beat on purpose. Why? Because back in the day, you used to put quarters in these games. Now they just want to act like it was for fun. No, they was about robbing your quarters, man. They want you to put as many quarters in that motherfucker as you could to get out on you, man. So yeah, shout out to this lady, man. I hope she wins that court case. I hope she get her $43 million. But that's just shady, man. That's just shady as hell. All right, let's move on, man. What's up next? You in the house, man. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. And definitely hit me up in the chat, man. Let me know you in the crib. For sure. So we about 15 minutes in. So let's dig into it, man. First thing we got to talk about, elephant in the room, man. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, man. What is Michael Jordan doing, man? What is he doing? What is he doing? I don't understand. Nobody thought this was coming out. The first thing I seen was that Michael Jordan won the race, and I was happy for Michael Jordan, man. I seen him celebrating and all that, and then I seen a post on Facebook that was like, wait till you see the another video that comes out about Jordan. You're all going to be shocked. And I'm like, well, what the heck is that going to be? Nobody imagined it was what it was. And unless you're under a rock and don't know what I'm talking about, I don't understand, man. I don't understand how you wouldn't know this already. But let's go to this first and see why. Because first thing I noticed, they was celebrating heavy. And then I watched the highlight of the race and I seen why, man. This is the last lap right here. And let's just check this out and see why they were so geeked up, because it was a hell of a final to a race, man. So I just want to show y'all that, the sports side of it.
To go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. This is the one you want to lead. If the caution comes out, it's over. Hocevar in the wall, turned around in front of the field. Around goes Jones. Ricky Stenhouse to the front. Elliott around the outside. Still green. Reddick on the bottom. Reddick, Elliott. The help's on the...
Now Reddick's the one in the black car in about fourth place right now to the left. That is the winner right there. That's Michael Jordan's racer, if you don't know. So let's watch the second half of this final lap. You already seen the one crash, man. They getting it on, so let's go.
Outside, here comes Chase Elliott. Can it be? Yeah, Chase Elliott. Stuck in the middle with no help. Zane Smith with him. On the bottom is Tyler Reddick. They come up single file. Zane Smith's going to have one shot at Chase Elliott, NASCAR champion, most popular driver, trying for the win, and Reddick to the top side. He's got help. Riley Herbst, his teammate. Reddick drops to the bottom. Alongside Elliott, in the wall goes Herbst, and Tyler Reddick comes to the line. Wow. A shower of sparks behind him. Unbelievable.
Man, that was tight. That was pretty good right there, man. You don't see too many finish right there. Two big crashes in the last lap, and you see how my man hooked them? Now, I don't know if they call that a hook or not, but how he came around that big.
Riley Herbst, his teammate. Reddick drops to the bottom. Alongside Elliott, in the wall goes Herbst, and Tyler Reddick comes to the line. Wow. A shower of sparks behind it.
So that explains the over-exuberant, celebration by Michael Jordan and his crew, but it does not explain Michael Jordan's actions right here, man. And I'm gonna just let the story be told right here. If you ain't seen it, I don't know where you've been, but let it be told. It's right here. Michael Jordan is in a bind right now. His personality, his character, I don't know what's going on.
A championship celebration has quickly turned into an online controversy after 23XI Racing secured a major victory at the Daytona 500. Co-owner Michael Jordan joined driver Tyler Reddick and his family in the winner's circle. But a short broadcast clip from the celebration is now going viral for a different reason. The footage shows Jordan interacting with Reddick's young son, Bo, appearing to grab or pinch the child around the lower back during the excitement. Some viewers quickly labeled the moment inappropriate, arguing that a public figure should be more cautious during a televised celebration. Others say the backlash is being blown out of proportion, noting that Jordan clearly knows the family and that the clip may look worse when isolated and replayed online. So far, neither Jordan nor Reddick has commented publicly. A historic win, and now a divided internet.
Yeah, we definitely got a divided internet, man. I've seen people, you know, say Michael Jordan is you know, a pedophile for touching this little kid. I see people say, you know, he knows the family. You know, maybe he was getting ice out of his back. I heard people say this was AI generated. And the one thing I don't like about the AI generated comments is you at some point you can be able to say that about everything, right? You will be able to say that about everything, and that's the worst part about AI. We really need to get rid of AI. I ain't gonna front. We all use it. Artificial intelligence has been around for a while, but the imagery, the video, and all that type of stuff is coming out, and people can just say anything's AI now, right? Oh, that wasn't Michael Jordan. That's just AI. But what if that really was Michael Jordan, and you really want to keep a person like Michael Jordan away from you because you don't like what he did in that video? And let's go back to the video real quick because there's just some little things that I noticed watching the video. And Michael Jordan's very touchy-feely. Very. Now, like I said, I showed y'all the video of the race because I wanted you to see how, you know, how exciting the race was so you understood why they were celebrating so hard. But you can see already Michael Jordan got my man
A championship celebration has quickly turned into an online controversy after 23XI Racing.
Let me turn that volume down real quick so I can talk. But yeah, okay, so they're going to show Jordan with the kid already, and they saying he know the family and all that, but, you know, that's a lot of kid right there. You know, I mean, I don't know. That's somebody else's kid. He kind of pushed him out the way right there. Real touchy-feely, and we all see that's touchy-feely, man. There ain't no ice back there, dog. I know none of y'all see no ice, and it just don't look AI generated to me. Look like somebody caught it on maybe a cheaper camera, or they're catching that on their TV. That's what that is, right? That's off of their TV broadcast. You can see the font and stuff like that on the side, the display that's on the television, right? Now his back is wet, but ice going down on your shirt? I don't know about that. So anyway, like I said, Michael Jordan looked pretty touchy-feely in this video to me, to a little bit of everybody though. He's touching his son again. I don't know how close he is to this little kid, but let me show y'all a video of Michael Jordan, man, that, you know, kind of shows how he really is maybe with some kids, or, you know, he likes this kid a lot for whatever reason. But let's check this one out here, man. This is two kids where they was looking for LaMelo Ball to get an autograph from LaMelo Ball, but they wound up running into Michael Jordan. Of course, Michael Jordan is the owner of the Charlotte Hornets, used to own the Wizards. I was happy for Michael Jordan because I was like, he finally won something in something, because he sucks as the owner in basketball. You got to admit it. In the chat, Captivating 49 says, hold up, got to fix my chat. Majority weird. Yeah, I mean, hey, majority weird. I'm with it. But this is Jordan with some other kids. Let's see how he treats them.
We finna see LaMelo Ball. That's not LaMelo. Oh, that's Michael Jordan! Michael Jordan! Can I get a pic? Huh? Michael Jordan! Where LaMelo at? Michael! Let's go!
Okay, so you see here now. I just might be, you know, being too picky in every video. I don't know. I've heard stories about Michael Jordan not being the friendliest guy in the world. He was definitely friendly on the other video, but these kids outside of the, you know, stadium, I guess they're allowed to be there. Nobody's stopping them from being there. Michael Jordan come to the parking lot. They're really looking for Melo, but they go crazy when they see Jordan. And I think
We finna.
My man, he got the Jordans on. He got red and black on the Bulls colors, and he got Jordan shoes on, bro. And Jordan can't give him no time. First thing he tell him is, put that camera down. What are you doing?
Oh, that's Michael Jordan! Michael Jordan! Can I get a pic? Huh? Michael Jordan! Where the mellow Mike!
He don't do nothing but wave him off, bruh. You know what I'm saying? He can't even say hi to him. He asked for a pic. Can I get a pic? He ain't even say no, yes. He ain't say nothing. So I don't know, man. That made me feel some type of way. I just want to know what's up with MJ, man. What's good with that? And then you got the Epstein files out here. We can't act like that ain't real, man. We can't act like that ain't real today because we see Michael Jordan doing this, you know? So, I mean, he's in high places. Very, very, very high places. And a lot of people on that list are in high places. And this just ain't a good look for Michael Jordan at all. Especially when I seen this interview right here, man. This kind of told me a lot also right here. I was waiting to hear from him like my first video said. You haven't heard from Michael Jordan yet. You haven't heard from the parents yet. But this is the first time you get to see the parent, the dad, Redick, Michael Jordan's driver, speak, okay? All right, before I hit the video in the chat, he's been not for the people. He's been not for the people. Very true, captivating. I mean, I noticed that. I know that too. We all know that, right? I'm not a big Jordan fan at all. At all. I don't have one pair of Jordans at all. I don't want to contribute to that because he's always been known for that. Like my man got his shoes on, red and black Jordans on, and Jordan waving him off like it's nothing. Can't even respond to the little kid. But you got the other little kid all up in your arms, hugging him, and touching him a little bit. But let's check his dad out in the interview and see what his dad said. Since they said ain't nobody spoke on it yet, finally somebody got a chance to speak on it, and this is what they do here.
So we wanted to ask real quick, did you know you had it locked in? Did you brace for chaos?
Yeah, every viewer race I've won, it seems like it's chaotic.
So what did Michael Jordan say to you, like right after the win?
Yeah.
Came through in a clutch moment for him.
Love that. We also have to ask, man, so a lot of people online, you know, we're talking about Michael Jordan's interaction with your son.
We're not gonna talk about that.
Okay, no worries.
Shut that down real quick.
Love that. We also have to ask, man, so a lot of people online, you know, we're talking about Michael Jordan's interaction with your son.
We're not gonna talk about that.
Okay, no worries.
Dad didn't even look over there. So, you know, I don't really know what the hush-hush is about. If you ain't do something, if you was just pulling ice out his back, if it was just AI, say something. But instead, we ain't talking about that. That ain't good enough for me. To me, that's odd. Maybe I'm odd. But that ain't good enough for me. That's just a little weird to me. Anybody agree with that? Man, and there's another Michael they used to talk a lot of shit about, man. The Michael Jackson. They used to talk a lot of shit about when it come to children. It never had nothing like this. Never. And I know this is a sports show, but this might be the biggest sports. And this ain't sports, but this is one of the biggest sports icons the world has ever seen. He is the biggest sports icon the world has ever seen, right? There's no mistake about it. And this is not a good look, Michael Jordan. There's a lot of people upset at Michael Jordan. There's a lot of people that got this man's shoes. There's a lot of people invested in these man's shoes. Their children got these man's shoes. And Michael Jordan really don't care about the kids anyway, man. He been said that. But hey, I'm gonna move on, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about Michael Jordan, man. Call into the show, hit me in the chat, let me know how y'all feel on the Michael Jordan deal. This is a very, very weird situation that I don't think anybody seen coming, man. I don't think anybody seen coming at all. All right? But yeah, I guess it was a great Daytona 500 for Jordan. It was just short-lived, man. Very short-lived, man. They can't even enjoy it. That's a damn shame. All right, let's move on to something that was really a damn shame, man. The hockey shooting. Before we get into the Steelers, man, because we're going to get into the Steelers real quick here. But I got to talk about the shooting in, what was that, up in Rhode Island, right? The hockey shooting. And the real part I want to talk about is the hero in this situation, man. Now, we got the man from the hockey shooting, not the guy that did the shooting, okay? But the hero, okay? Words from the hero I got right here, and let's listen up. I'm not going to show the video, but what happened in the video was everybody was watching the hockey game, and all of a sudden, you heard shots start ringing. It was basically a mass shooter. And I'll give you the background after my man explains how he was the hero and how he wasn't the only hero. But let's listen up real quick and see if we can get into him explaining what happened.
There's another gun. I was watching the game, the hockey game. I started saying he has another gun. There's another gun. I was watching the game, the hockey game, and then when I heard the pop, it sounded like two very large balloons. I mean, really, because you had an echo noise in there. When I looked to where the area was where I thought the balloons were popping, which was right in front of me, when I heard the third pop, there was no balloon. So then that was when I recognized that there was a possible gunshot. My wife was sitting next to me. When I looked around, I saw the gun, and I told her and her friends to run. I said, run. And then I said, run. And without any hesitation, they all got up. I hesitated for about a second. You'll see it on the video. I hesitated for a second because I was looking at them. And as soon as the people cleared is when I got up on the next step and jumped. I jumped with my left hand, grabbing the gun and trying to put my body on top of him. And what happened was my hand, if you see my hand, it got caught in the chamber of the gun. So once the hand got inside of the chamber and I had it flat, he was trying to pull the trigger. And once he did that, he kind of pushed me off, which I rolled off. He then stood up, you see that, and then was fortunate enough that there was 2 or 3 other gentlemen. One tried to put him in a chokehold, one tried to subdue him, and then that's when he fell back down. So he fell back down at my feet. And when I was bending down, I was attempting to put my knee or subdue him and hold him down. And next thing you know, in his left pocket, he pulled out another gun. Same thing as the first one, the one I was holding, he pulled out a sister gun on that, and then I started saying he has another gun, there's another gun, and he took it, put it right in his mouth and shot himself.
Michael Black tells me that he has 9 stitches in his hand from where he grabbed the shooter's gun.
Okay, so my man Michael Black, another Michael, is the hero this time, though, man. Michael Black, man, saved a lot of lives. 2 people did lose their lives. The guy's wife, I think he shot his wife, and I want to say his child.
He also has a
burn mark. I hate to say get it wrong, but I don't have the actual story here to get it exactly right. If I recall, he was, trying to kill his wife, but he was turning it into a mass shooter, man. If these guys wouldn't have jumped on him, it would have been a lot worse, man. So they were very brave for handling this situation, man. And this is the messy situation right here that, you hate to see, man. I mean, personally, I don't like crowds. And this is one of the reasons I don't like crowds, man. Because in this world today, a lot of stuff just happens, man. And that's why I say the best seat in the house be at home sometimes. But these people were there watching kids play hockey. And this dude brings this to this arena, man. And, he kills himself after. And, I just want to say this about suicide and suicidal people, man. If you know someone that's claiming suicide, if you got a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you hear that a lot where they say, I'll kill myself, or a brother saying they're going to kill themselves, husband, wife, or something like that. Please, man, do your best to get this person or that type of person some help, please, 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 please. Because suicidal people, man, just think about it. If they're willing to kill themselves, they're willing to kill anybody. You know what I'm saying? That's like being disrespectful to your mother. If you're disrespectful to your mother, you'll disrespect anybody, right? You have no respect for anybody. If you have no respect for your mom, you don't have respect for nobody. You know what I mean? Unless your mom's just wild out, and still, bro, who don't got respect for their mom? Now, your dad or whatever can bug out or whatever, and you might not let him off the hook. But your mom can almost do whatever. And you still should have some respect for your mom because she brought you up in here, right? But a suicidal person, he really doesn't fear hurting anybody because he knows he's going to hurt himself and take himself out. So please give people like that some help. You hear that? That is not a good thing, man. Most of these mass shooters are suicidal. So we got to see that as a trigger, man. Even when they just speak on it, we got to see that as a trigger and help get to these people some help. Okay? Captivating 49 also in the chat says, it feels like safe places no longer exist. Very true. And also, Captivating 49 says, it doesn't even matter if you're in a crowd or not. Okay, that's very true. I mean, even like Walmart, you know, but people like to pick big events because I feel like people like this want to be remembered, right? They want their incident to make the news, right? So they pick these populated areas, but you're right, it doesn't matter because he could just be run up in the house and do it to him and then kill himself. So you're right, but it just seems like a lot of this stuff, mass shootings and stuff like that, happen in populated areas. So, you know, I try to stay away sometimes, man. Sometimes, you know, staying away just keeps you safe, man. Staying out the bars and stuff like that. I ain't into that stuff. I ain't into that. Every once in a while, it's cool. But you put yourself in that situation, it seems like your percentage goes up the more you're in that situation. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about it. But yeah, RIP to those people that lost their lives in that, man. Such a shame. Such a shame. Just going to go watch your child play a hockey game, and you're in a horrific situation to where it's probably going to make you nervous for the rest of your life. I was in a car crash, and I still got PTSD from the car crash. So imagine a situation like that, man. I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. All right, let's get into some Stiller focus, man. I told y'all, man, I was going to get in my Stillers. I wasn't going to make you wait too long, but it's been a little while. But yeah, I had to get all that out, man. That was wild. You know, hey, I just see what I see. And, you know, I got to get it off my chest a lot, man. And Michael Jordan in that shooting situation. And then RIP to Jesse Jackson, too, man. That's what we've been talking about. Black History Month. The first black woman to run for president, the first black person to run for president, Shirley Chisholm, man. Shout out to her, man. Shout out to her. So I had to repeat that. But we here for the Stiller Talk now, man. We're going to see who's talking too much, too, man. Everybody got something to say about the Stiller beef, right? About Joey Porter, about Debo, about Big Ben. Who's real, who's ain't, who's a good teammate, who's not, man. Everybody is just wilding out right now, man. So I got a whole bunch of videos that I want to show y'all, man. But I want to, here, let's go here and see what's up. We're going to check out my man Debo first. On Debo and Joe. And look, man, I love this show, man. I really do love this show. Nothing wrong with the show at all. But we just gonna figure out whose side we on, who's right, who's wrong. And honestly, I'ma did this today, man. I'ma did it. By the time you done watching this right here, and if you know it's past your bedtime, it's all good, man. It's all good. Pick it up in the morning and get back on it. You know what I'm saying? That's the best time to watch it anyway, man. Put your headphones on, tune into the underground, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and definitely share me on all your social media, man. Show me some love. You know what I'm saying? But right now, man, I need to show you with Debo. He finally came out with his response yesterday to Joey Porter. We all know what Joey Porter kind of said. If you don't know, I give you a little background. Joey Porter basically called out Debo for talking shit on Mike Tomlin after he was gone. Even though Debo been talking shit on Mike Tomlin, he basically didn't say anything he didn't say before about Mike Tomlin. He gave a little more detail once Mike Tomlin was out the room, and Big Ben caught a stray too by Joey Porter, but Joey Porter got lined up, and I'm gonna show y'all that too. But right now, I want to go to Debo's response because this is the most recent thing that came out. He's responding with Joey Porter said. Joey Porter said Big Ben was a bad teammate, and that's kind of all he kind of said about Big Ben. And he named how he didn't really want to sign some paperwork here and there. But, I mean, not paperwork, but some jerseys for certain players, which everybody did, and Big Ben just didn't want to participate. But I got some other people talking shit on Big Ben and how he was, but even Big Ben said himself he wasn't a good teammate. So that's proven, right? But Debo was talking shit on Mike Tomlin because I feel like he's got a personal beef. And he even says that he got a personal beef. But this is him reacting to Joey Porter because Joey Porter was like, hey, that's not how it happened, Debo. That's not how it happened. I was there. I was your coach. I was the linebacker coach. I begged for you to come back. I begged for you to come back. And Mike Tomlin was trying to tell me, you don't want Debo back as a backup. Now, if Debo was still in his prime and a starter, Mike Tomlin was cool with Debo coming back. But Joey Porter and Keith Butler was begging to bring Debo back because they had some injuries and they needed a good player to step in. And he was like, man, you don't want the character Debo back. That's what Mike Tomlin was trying to tell him because it's going to be too much. And it turned out to be too much, and they got into it, and Mike Tomlin was right, and the coaches didn't want to believe him, but he let them have what they wanted, being a good coach, but he was already ahead of it, man. He was already ahead of it, and this last little tenure, Debo's last little tenure in Pittsburgh wasn't great. Wasn't great. But let's go to Debo's response to Joey Porter, talking a little shit on him. They had a phone conversation. And let's just see what Debo.
We got to get into,
a lot has happened. A lot has happened.
Yeah. We got to get into what Joey Porter.
Now these videos are a little lengthy, so deal with it. But it's important so we can talk about it, man. We can talk our sports and we can talk our shit, right? Because without the details, we can't do that. So let's go.
Porter Sr. said, first, I want to say this, though. Okay. I want to say me and Joey have talked at length about this. We have not minced words. If you heard us talk, you heard us conversation. If it was recorded, you would have thought it was on and popping. I hung up on my nigga, all that. Brothers fight. Okay?
Brothers fight. Very few.
My bad. Let me pause right there to tell you that Joey Porter said the opposite. He said he hung up on him. So, man, it's a whole lot going on out here. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot going on.
Now, I'm sure you heard the comments, but for y'all that didn't, here's what he said.
Well, he broke the brotherhood. Then Seven definitely broke the brotherhood because,
Bet365 is paying out before the final buzzer.
Check out Bet365's
That's the one I don't understand.
The shit that Seven that we don't talk about is crazy. Like out of anybody should talk, he should never grab a microphone and really talk Steeler business. Yeah. Because if we talking Steeler business, his ass is foul of all foul. Like the shit that he did is foul of all foul. He's not a good teammate. Won a Super Bowl with him, but the person, he's just not a good teammate. Like he knows that. Anybody in the Steeler building knows that. But we protected him because I've only won one Super Bowl, and that was my quarterback. So do I love my quarterback? Yeah, but is he a good person? No.
They didn't play the part that he said about me. I don't know why y'all didn't. You need to get that in there. But what he said was, he basically had said that we told our version of our story in Pittsburgh, okay? And now when you read in between the lines on that, you would imply that our version means it's a lie because people read in between the lines. Would you imply that? If I said that's your version?
I mean, No, I mean everybody has their own version to the story. I don't, different parts.
Okay, so when it comes down
Hey, Joe, hey, we playing it safe, boy.
to this, that's my version, Ben's version, whatever it may be. This is his version, okay? He believes Mike Tomlin is a great coach. And the reasons that he gave behind that was that he said, I should be more loyal to him because my name, Debo, I had 3-4 Pro Bowls, defensive player of the year. I played in 2 championships. He paid me $50 million, changed my life. Cowher cut me 3 times, and he feels like I took a shot at him and I broke the brotherhood. Okay, so when you say these things, Joe, it implies that he gave me it, right? Like he gave me this. First, he didn't give me the name Debo.
Okay, let me stop right there. When Joey Porter says you got the name Debo when Mike Tomlin was your coach, he doesn't mean Mike Tomlin gave you the name. He doesn't care who gave you the name. He means that you leveled up to Debo, to the guy that you're known for under Mike Tomlin's regiment, okay? Under his coaching, under his staff. No matter what, I don't care if he kept coaches, didn't keep coaches, it was under his watch. He's the head coach. Head coach gets credit for a lot of things. No one's trying to take credit for you being a great player. No, he's just saying when that was your coach, when you had your success. What other coach did you have success with? Because it wasn't Cowher. He cut you 3 times.
Kiesel gave me the name Debo, okay? He didn't give me Pro Bowls. He didn't make me the only undrafted player to ever win Defensive Player of the Year and get paid $50 million, okay? Again, implying that it was given to me undeservingly, okay? It wasn't. Cowher cut me 3 times. Hell, I would have cut me. Did you see my football life? Like I would have cut me. I earned everything I was given, even the cuts. Now, he says Mike Tomlin is great. I say he's a good coach, dude. And here's my reasoning. Again, dude, it's not personal, although I do have a personal issue with him. Yes, he got 2 Super Bowl appearances. He has a win. He is the only coach in 20 years to go without having a losing season. And as my brother Ryan Clark said, he has done more with less. But he has to also be responsible for acquiring that less, okay? And I believe that comes because he has missed on his first and second round draft choices over the last 10 years.
Okay, so sometimes I'll be confused, man. I don't know if players know more than me. Obviously they do in-house, but at the same time, I think they exclude players from a lot of information and knowing what's going on behind the scenes, or a player just might not understand. But the Steelers got other people than Mike Tomlin picking these players. That's what the GM is for. Not just the Steelers. All teams, man. All teams. Did you hear the Cleveland Browns owner when they went to pitch your door? That was Andrew Berry. That was the GM. Blah, 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 blah. He told that the GM is in charge of picking the players. That's his job. He buys the groceries. Coach Tomlin cooks them. Now, will they let you pick a player between him and him? But I'm just saying, every player picked, we all know Kenny Pickett was picked because he was a hometown boy. The Rooney's was going to step in, and they was going to pick that. You think every coach that coached for the Steelers, you think Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin wanted to draft all these outside linebackers first? No, that's what the Rooney's do. That's what they do. They've been doing it since Jack Ham and them boys. That's what they do. They're going to make sure the linebackers right. That's what they believe in. And it works. So they're going to do it. So blaming that all on Mike Tomlin, and not even some on the GM, players, whoever, and you play in Pittsburgh, maybe you telling me something, I don't know. But as far as I know, on any team, the GM got a lot to do with picking these players. And the owners can override that shit anytime he wants. If he wants a certain player to sell tickets, like a Shador Sanders because he's blockbuster. He's going to go get him and just do it. You know what I'm saying? You seen it in Buffalo when my man came down and blamed everything on the coach. And Josh Allen sitting there, he basically picked Josh Allen over Sean McDermott. So if Sean McDermott ain't running the show, what made you think Tomlin is running the show like that in Rooney land? The Bills don't even got no Super Bowls. They owner is at a coach's mercy for real. He just don't know it. But the Rooney's been grinding forever, doing their thing. They know what they doing. Let's get back into the video.
He's only signed 2 guys to long-term deals when that time came for renewal. Now, your ones and twos are supposed to be the easiest picks that you get, right? Mm-hmm. He done missed on 12 or 14 of them, okay? He has done a...
I don't know about how y'all feel about that, but it feels like Steelers miss, not the Steelers, but a lot of teams miss on first round, second round picks. There's a lot of busts out there.
Great job with less talent. Okay. But he has done a far less job with great talent. Since our last playoff win in 2016, in 2017, he had a number 1 and a number 5 defense and was bounced out in the first playoff game by Jacksonville, 42-45. 2018, 4th ranked offense with a 6th ranked defense, didn't even make the playoffs. Didn't make the playoffs in 2019 with a 5th ranked defense. 2020, y'all lost to the Cleveland Browns with a 3rd ranked defense, 37-48. Okay? And the biggest thing for me, you ain't got a coaching tree.
Okay, so before we get into the coaching tree, you blaming a lot of that on on coaching. Now I get it. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of it in a row. But I'm saying, when you got the same players or you get bad players, you be stuck with them. And you still overachieve. And once you get into the playoffs, man, you got to score. And you ain't got no offense, man. They keep giving you the Rudy Poo offensive coordinator. And you can't get that right. Because the Steelers, they're putting these dudes in there for Tomlin. You already said it. They made him, Debo says it, they made him keep what's his name? Dick LeBeau. They made him keep that and keep Butler. So they can do that whenever they want to. I don't think people know how much control Tomlin actually has. All right, let's see back to the video.
The coaching tree is the greatest indicator of your strength in teaching and an ability to develop other coaches under your leadership. And no coach in NFL history that has a tenure this long would be able or has been able to do that without having a tree but him.
Okay. So, to me, you could look at this 2 ways. You could look at it the way James Harrison's looking at it. Or you could look at it like none of his dudes underneath him is helping him either. Because you ain't always teaching somebody into being a great coach, okay? Now, might be able to find and see a great man and be like, all right, I'm going to bring this dude in. But he's already a great man. If he was going to do it, he was going to do it. He was going to be nice. So, to say that Mike Tomlin don't got a coaching tree, but he's still successful as he is, tells you that maybe he's doing it all by himself. And that's even a bigger accomplishment, ain't it? Were you doing it all by yourself? People love to talk about the latter years, but won't talk about the beginning years when he won the Super Bowl and went back when he had this young franchise quarterback. When he had what he had, he did what he did with it. He did what he did with it. It's like inheriting something from your parents. You're supposed to keep the success going. And he did his job. There's a lot of people that will take their parents' success and maybe they'll go downhill. Some people are like, Mom, they be looking at their kids like, he ain't responsible enough. I'm going to give it to dude that been working with me forever. I'm going to just pass it down to him because I don't want my business to fall off. That's how some of them dudes think. But Mike Tomlin to have all the success, and don't have a coaching tree, there's two ways to look at that. There's two ways to look at that. Because there really ain't that many coaches with this coaching tree. Everybody talk about like, where's your coaching tree? Where's your coaching tree? Like, every great coach don't got like the stupid coaching tree. There's other coaches in the Hall of Fame, like a Tony Dungy, that the tree ain't like huge. Bill Belichick's tree is trash. Yeah, dudes might have got coaching jobs out of there, but what did they do? What did they do? We just seen Josh McDaniels blow it. So what do they do? What does it even matter? Because Bill Belichick was camouflaging all that. And they just don't, Steeler coaches just don't get hired. They never, and then they really did. I mean, Bruce Arians got out of there with him. Your boy still talks high on him. What's his name? Dang, I can't never remember his name. But anyway, yeah, there's other coaches that had success. That had success under Tomlin. It's not a million of them, but they're out there. But it doesn't matter. That gives more credit to Tomlin, if you ask me.
Okay. And now this is where the personal relationship gets involved with people. Okay. You have a relationship, and it's a good one. So you can look at the negative things and look past it, and you can focus on the positive things because you have a good relationship with him. Joe.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it right there because he just get personal with it and all that stuff like that. I still think he proves Joey Porter's point that you really didn't, you played under Tomlin. There's no reason to be throwing him under the bus while we still playing. If you're going to throw him under the bus, then I'm going to tell the true story. I'm going to tell the true story. Because it's looking like a Joey Porter. And basically, how he put it. Let's go. Hold up.
Yep.
Their comments is going to tell you like, damn, I was there.
Yep.
I seen it.
know.
I stand on that. That really happened.
I'm telling you, you're living in the world of journalism too, because my response to people when they push back of, she doesn't know what she's talking about, she's making this up, she wants clicks. The truth is the truth, whether you like it or not. And the people that know, which is why it's so important to have credibility in football, the ones that know, they'll text me and be like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I've had people in your city, like, if I'm talking about you guys and I'll get pushback, I'm like, you know exactly what's going down, So just to have that ability to be brave enough to just say what the truth is. I don't know why some guys are coming on here making up stories.
Well, I'll give you.
It's wild how they just talking about the truth, right? Kind of already like setting it up.
Give you an example, right?
Okay.
Everybody's been bashing about Mike T since he's retired. And I don't like it because that doesn't speak to the man or the character or the coach he was. But there's an axe-to-grind with a lot of former players that makes no sense, especially when they looked out.
Well, this is their only opportunity to do it. That's what's weak about it. It's like they waited for him to retire to come out and be like, well, I actually never really liked him, or he did this as a coach, or he wasn't as good at this or that.
What are you talking about?
All right, so before Joey Porter get into this, I'm putting this on and I'm just letting it ride because there's a lot of details, little small details you got to catch. And, Joey Porter kind of like, you see how he just got caught into it. He really wasn't even paying attention. It ain't like Joey Porter intentionally came out here to jump on James Harrison. They was just talking about the subject of telling the truth and bashing Mike Tomlin at the same time, right? So the perfect mix for Joey Porter, just look how he's sitting. He looking like he about to tell y'all the truth. I'm going to tell you what I say, B.
Y'all talking about James? Yes.
I mean, James has been vocal, as has Ben. Both of them.
So both of them been vocal, being who they are. They tell the version of the story in Pittsburgh that they want to tell. So their version is predicated on making them look good on how they see it during their time, right? But then you have somebody like me who's actually been there when both of them guys was rookie. Like when I say I know him, I know him.
Yep.
So when they was saying all the stuff about Mike, I don't really watch Ben stuff, but I'll see James stuff. And me and James talk for like 2 hours. And he know I disapproved of everything he said. He's like, come on podcast. I was like, nah, I'm not going to come to your pod because I'm not trying to go on your pod to make you look bad. Because if I'm on there, when that question's asked, I'm going to tell the truth.
Well, look, we could probably do a whole series on this.
Yes, we could.
But like, what?
You see how he keep saying tell the truth? See how he keeps saying it? They was already talking about the truth. Now he back on talking about the truth.
I don't even want to go here, but what's the rub? Like, what's the problem? What is James's problem?
We don't know. So this is what he says. He said, well, he lied to me in 2013, 14, some year that he...
And I been knew that. I knew that back then. I said Mike Tomlin must have lied to him. Just like Mike Tomlin, I swear, I don't know. I can never know. Unless Mike Tomlin come tell me. But I swear Mike Tomlin told Russell Wilson he was going to start when he came. That was his only leverage to be like, Russell Wilson, come here instead of somewhere else. Because we don't got a lot of money, but I can guarantee you're going to start. That's how you got to recruit somebody like that, man. Russell Wilson, he want to start. You gotta say you're going to start. Same thing they did with Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, you can't. There ain't no competition. Come here. Yeah, you starter. So even though Justin Fields was playing well, I knew as soon as Russell Wilson got back, they was going to put him in there no matter what. And then when it happened, it just confirmed that what I thought was right, and I just had to run with it. I mean, you give a man your word, you got to, but somewhere I think James Harrison either got it twisted or Mike Tomlin had to make a business decision to where, yeah, I told you this, bro, but it just ain't working like that.
Wanted to come back and play. And Mike was like, no, he telling people, no, he didn't want to come back and play. So he made that his sticking point of, oh, when I was trying to come back before I went to Cincinnati, I wanted to sign. And he was telling them that I didn't want to come back. Code word for a coach saying I don't want him back.
Correct.
Right? Everybody that's
He
in
just
the
didn't
league.
want to hurt your feelings.
So everybody knows that's not a lie. So if I tell you that, if I'm telling people that you're asking, I don't want you to come back, or I'm saying you don't want to come back, that means I don't want you to come back.
Yep.
Right? But I'm saying you don't want to come back because basically I don't want you back. And that's okay because like when you are a player that he was at the time, right? So you can deal with the personality when you're playing at a high level and I have to pay you this much money, right? So when you're playing at the high level and you're the best player in the world, I have to accept who you are as a player. But once that play level drops, so the same guy that was probably playing 12, 13 million, whatever the number was, now getting to come back for a minimum, you can't be the same guy you was for minimum.
Yep.
Right? So guess what? I don't want that because he's still going to act like this character, but I'm not paying you that no more. So I don't want to deal with the Debo character that we created because you don't get to still do that at the 1.5, right? I put up with just whatever the shit was that I put up with when you were playing good. But if you, for this number, you're not going to be in that same role.
Exactly.
So do you keep that guys like the NBA players that it's hard to have a mellow or a great player on your team coming off the bench, right? That's always been hard for the NFL guys to like bring basically the Hall of Famer back on your staff, back on the team with a different role. His aim.
So you can see where it got twisted with James Harrison. And, you know, he told him one thing, but he said that's lingo what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you get no hard feelings, man. They ain't going to tell you to the last minute you cut. They ain't going to tell you till, you know, it's business, bro. That's why you got an agent talking for you. They ain't about to tell them what you be saying in private. They don't even want you talking to them. So he didn't understand and, you know, thought it was something different and got mad about it and couldn't suck it up. Like, I'm sure he wasn't the first player that found out about it like that. He wasn't the first. And sound like people like Joey Porter around or something like that would be telling him that, like, dog, like, but keep listening because he be preaching.
anger towards Mike was in a way of like, damn, man, if you don't like that, if that's the one thing that he did bad to you, you're going to say he's a bad coach. You're going to take his greatness away. You're going to say he's not a good coach. And I told him, I said, how can you say he's not a great coach? Well, everything that happened good to you in football was under his watch.
Yep.
Like your Debo name, when I played with you, was Jay Terrace. Called yourself back.
Now, see, that's where he got fucked up. You see how the female said because of him? She don't understand. That's what Joey Porter said. Let's go.
Well, everything that happened good to you in football was under his watch.
Yep.
Now, see, she said because of him, and he said under his watch. That's two different things. Is it not? That's two different things. Under his watch just means I was the coach. I'm controlling things. We putting this organization together. You getting off. We winning the Super Bowl because every football player know it ain't just you. Come on now. We all know Debo knows that. It ain't just you. So you need everything to orchestrate, and I just do my motherfucking part. And we win. And Debo damn sure did his part. But Mike Tomlin damn sure did his part. I think Debo is a great outside linebacker. I do. He doesn't even think he's great. I think Debo is a great outside linebacker. I think Debo is an easy Hall of Famer. Easy. It don't got to be first, but it got to be second to me. A man that put fear in people. A man that made a lot of money doing what he's doing. He Defensive Player of the Year. And he made one of the biggest Super Bowl plays in Super Bowl history. And that's the type of shit that just elevates you, dog. He pretty much won a Super Bowl for the Steelers. He should always take that with him. But Debo is a humble dude. He just don't take no bullshit, though. But a very humble dude. Because he says that himself. But two great outside linebackers for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Going back and forth. But one thing I did notice is they did say, even Debo said it, brothers fight. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. They ain't mad at each other. But you can tell they real brothers. And that's why they talking about breaking the brotherhood. That's why one of them don't think it's cool what you did or what you doing. And you trying to defend Big Ben too. And everybody's coming out defending Big Ben. But Big Ben also kind of like violated before the season was over. Like if y'all did this after the season, I would get it. But they did it during the season, and Big Ben caught the stray. But what Big Ben said was like on some passive aggressive. That's how I took it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was fighting words though. I ain't saying that. But to tell the truth, it was those type of words like, oh, you want to talk shit? I can tell your business. And I ain't even get too deep. But it's like if you say Mike Tomlin, maybe you should go to Penn State. Come on, man. Every pro coach know that's a step down. Going back to college? Who does that? Nobody. And you saying Mike Tomlin, maybe that's what he should do? That's slight work, man. You ain't going to slide that bad like, what? Because he's a great recruiter? Big Ben was tripping on that. Only because you're part of the brotherhood. I don't care what the rest of y'all yinzers is talking about. He's talking about the brotherhood. So if we talking about people in the brotherhood, we gonna talk about you. Because you the foulest of the foulest. That's what he said. I let the video ride, yo. You the
like
foulest.
your Debo name, when I played with you, was Jay Terrace. Called yourself back. That's nobody knew you. Because under Cowher, they cut you 3 times. Cut you 3 times, you was looked at as a special team player. Under Mike, 3 or 4 Pro Bowls, Defensive Player of the Year, played 2 championships, paid you over $50-something million. You thought you did all of that?
Yep.
You think the head coach didn't have his hand in making that player? So when you say he did nothing for you, that's crazy. Then it's like, damn, why would you take a shot at the guy who changed your life? Because Cowher didn't change your life. Cowher cut you 3 times. Then he's like, oh, well, Butts is considered a good coach and Mike Tomlin's not. I say, Coach Butler's a good coach, but you gonna call him a great coach? And I'm not shitting on Butts because I love Butts. What's the difference? If you give him Butts great coaches, I said, why you didn't make the team the first 3 times you got cut?
Yeah.
How did you keep getting cut? You know what I'm saying? Because like a great coach, you gonna know the defense and not get cut. You know what I'm saying? So we went back and forth in our banter, but like I told him, like I didn't agree with none of it because I just feel like he took a shot at Mike. And you know, in this space, Mike can't go defend himself in this space. You know what I'm saying? He gonna do that. And it's like,
and that's facts right there for sure. And you know, hey man, look man, Tomlin came in, turned him up. That's a good point, man. You got cut 3 times by a certain dude. Then another dude come in and he learned how to utilize you. You know what I'm saying? You got to get some credit to that, right? You know how to utilize somebody in the same defense, maybe. You know, I mean, I know Dick LeBeau was still there, but if he was there before you was getting cut, maybe just because you was younger and you developed. I get it. But still, man, just to pay no homage to your coach when you had a Hall of Fame career, other players had a Hall of Fame career underneath them. I mean, even if you're looking at the Le'Veon Bells, even without all the success, you know, playoff losses, y'all all did well in the system, man. Y'all all did well in the system. You can't front on that. From the ABs to the Deontay Johnsons to the Juju Smith-Schuster, even Hines Ward in the latter years. What did I say? AB already. Martavius Bryant come through. He's definitely the wide receiver whisperer, bro. Did he have his failures? Yeah, but they got Marv Levy in the Super Bowl. He lost his, in the Pro Bowl, in the Hall of Fame. He lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. But he got there. And that's what you're supposed to be talking about when you talking Hall of Fame. Not, Debo, you can't be talking about somebody's losses, bro. Your losses don't matter. If your losses matter, Andy Reid would be getting knocked backwards. You know what I'm saying? You want to call him the best coach of football, but he used to get ass kicked in motherfucking for the Eagles in a clutch. And y'all know that. Even once he got to the Super Bowl with T.O., still lost. Get Patrick Mahomes, get a player and take him over the hump, he's the GOAT. Everybody forgets everything that happens with the Eagles. So, you know, life's funny like that. Guess it is what it is. But sometimes you got to wake up. You got to see it. Smell the coffee. That's what they say.
That's just weak for you to take a shot at somebody who's changed your life. Whether you think you did all that work, they changed the defense for you. They made it easy for you to run the defense. You didn't have to run the
Why do
real
you think Why do you think that's lost in all of his memory?
Now, this is one of the most crucial statements Joey Porter made, because there's another video where James Harrison is saying that Mike Tomlin, it's the old video when he was kind of mocking him during the season, he was saying that they dumbed down the offense under Mike Tomlin. And then he says he dumbed it down kind of like, and that was the reason you kind of flowed into it. Now, he also played in the defense before you and was starting when you couldn't get on the field, and y'all both claiming that they changed the defense. And one of y'all saying it helped you, and one of y'all saying that it just made Mike Tomlin a weaker coach because he had to dumb down his defense to make it work. Doesn't matter what you got to do to make it work, as long as it worked, right? I don't care if I pick the same play every play. If it worked, it worked. I'm going to do that. So I'm not understanding that logic right there. And that's why I'm like leaning on the Joey Porter side. I mean, and not in picking a guy, but what I'm saying is Mike Tomlin's a great coach. And there's no refuting that, no matter if you was ready for him to go or not, wanted to start over. You can't refute that Mike Tomlin is not in great status for what he did compared to other coaches that are in great status. Because if you're in the Hall of Fame, you already have great status. So if Bill Cowher's in the Hall of Fame, Marv Levy's in the Hall of Fame, I'm pretty sure I can think of somebody else that Tony Dungy is in the Hall of Fame. Then Mike Tomlin deserves to be there too. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. So how can you call a coach that's in the Hall of Fame not great unless you got some personal beef? Just say that's what it is. That's where Debo made his mistake, you ask me. But let's see what some other people got to say, right? That's them too. Let's see if we can get somebody to decide it all. Somebody from the outside looking in. I got Sean King. I don't know if a lot of y'all knew Sean King coached for the Steelers for a couple years, right? Sean King coached for Steelers on an internship a couple years. I didn't even remember it. I was surprised when I seen this video, but check this video out real quick, man. It's a good one. Sean King on just Jason Whitlock's show. I really didn't really show his face on here, but yeah, let's check out Sean King because he got some beef solving shit to say. I'm gonna just say that.
Sean King joining us now. Sean, Joey Porter, I don't know if I've seen anyone back a bus up over a franchise quarterback as effectively as Joey Porter did. Are you surprised by Joey Porter's comments, or had you heard these things previously?
Not at all. And one of the greatest mysteries in my experience in National Football League is the fact that this is just now coming out. In 2016, I actually was the Bill Walsh internship winner for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I was there, and let's just say when I left, I had elevated Mike Tomlin to the greatest manager of people that I've ever been around from a head coaching standpoint.
Hey, yo. There was some strong words right there from Sean King, man. I mean, Sean King, QB in the National Football League, and he's on an intern from the coach, and he takes that out of his experience with Mike Tomlin. I mean, he played for Tony Dungy. I'm sure he played for some other coaches here and there. I mean, you know, I'm just saying, we know some people.
This was a team that had Ben, who nobody talked about outside the organization, but also had Antonio Brown, had Le'Veon Bell. Like, it was loaded with great talents, but also enigmatic type personalities. And the one thing I came away, and this is 2016 now, so this is pre-NIL, transfer portal, like this is designating yourself legendary, was how selfish Ben came off. Like, we got in the quarterback room, and day one, he walks in, and he puts his training camp schedule on the table and tells Todd Haley and the quarterback coach, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm full day, I'm going half day, I'm going off day. Just out the blue. I never seen anything like it. Like, granted, I never was of Big Ben's caliber, but I had played with some really good quarterbacks, and I've been around some really successful organizations, and I'd never seen it. And the thing that was odd was they do like this big scrimmage in the preseason, Jason, and his schedule, the off day, fell on the scrimmage day. So we went to this little town, and the whole city came out, and he was standing over there next to me. I was like, this is different. But, I mean, they won a lot of games. But it's always kind of been odd to me that he's kind of gotten a pass on, like, how things really were, you know, inside that organization.
All right. So, you know, basically, that's what Mike Tomlin inherited. Even Debo goes on to say that Mike Tomlin got the worst Big Ben, okay? Big Ben was cool when he first came in and all that good stuff like that. And then he got the big hit after his success. That's James Harrison even said it. Yeah, that's going to turn me into something else. So Mike Tomlin had to deal with that Big Ben. And, you know, the franchise, the owners is treating him like that. So what is he going to do? What is he going to do? So when Joey Porter says Ben Roethlisberger is a horrible teammate, you got Sean King backing that up some type of way. Not totally, but, you know, he's saying he get to do what he want to do. And he takes advantage of it. Now, a lot of players get to do what they want to do, but all players don't take advantage of it. They don't. They fit in with the fellas and do it like that. You know what I'm saying? But when you inherit that, it's different. Now, Bill Belichick with Tom Brady, he didn't inherit him. He groomed that whole situation, and it just kept flowing. But Mike Tomlin had to pick up the pieces and ran with it and had success. It had success. He got Big Ben weapons, and they moved the ball. They just did, man. Did they come up short here and there, defense, whatever? Okay, cool. Cool. But he got a Super Bowl, went back to another one, was a hair away from winning that one, and then had a whole bunch of little small success after that. Pretty much the same type of career. Not as Chuck Noll, but I'm talking about success early, wasn't that great late, but Chuck Noll fell way off. But he did win 4. I ain't comparing him to Chuck Noll, but I'm just saying how the second half just wasn't as good. So you got a lot of complaints. Bill Cowher on the other half, he got all his complaints early. He couldn't make it happen until the end. The bus saved him. Or Bill Cowher ain't in the Hall of Fame. He ain't even on TV right now without that win. Maybe, probably on a different channel though, smaller channel. But yeah, so Sean King says a lot here. Let's listen to him speak some more about it.
This not, I mean, we heard about the off-field illegal stuff, potentially or allegedly, but we never, I'm telling you, just like I was telling those guys, I thought Ben's reputation was, oh, the offensive linemen, they love him, they go out drinking with him. You know, Ben's popular in the locker room was kind of my perception.
Do you think sometimes organizations and their historical narrative, it can kind of supersede what's best in the short term? Meaning, this was an organization at the time. Mike Tomlin was only their third head coach in history. And you have this long-standing quarterback who has led y'all to 3 Super Bowls, won 2. So it's kind of like grace is being given, grace is being shown. And maybe that's why he was able to extend, you know, his tenure there even beyond his prime, and also why there was such a, I think, organizational, intentionally developed position that we're going to insulate a lot of the bad stuff from the public. And I think it says a lot about the organizations. Their organizations got stuff inside internally that you don't want to get out. Pittsburgh, to me, has done a tremendous job. A tremendous job. Which is why it's almost shocking that guys are now starting to speak up. And I think a lot of it had to do with the linebacker that tried to criticize Tomlin. Remember, Ben is kind of getting hit with strays here.
Right. Right. That's what I'm saying. Ben, he just, if you go back to the video, they asked Joey Porter about it. Like, Joey Porter didn't come out there to bash him. He didn't even come out there to bash James Harrison. It was just like, yeah, they both was talking shit. But he had more to say about Joey because he already spoke to Joey. I mean, not Joey, but he already spoke to James Harrison before that. He had the phone conversation with him. So, you know, he already knew that he had a problem with him. But they asked him about Ben too, and he was like, oh, Ben? Then, yeah, Ben, he don't need to be talking no shit because he's the foulest of the foulest.
Because it was James Harrison that attacked Tomlin, and really Joey Porter was defending Tomlin more so than attacking Ben. But in defending Tomlin, he made the comparison, how dare you say something negative about Mike T. And then Big Ben came out and added himself to that mix, and now he's catching bullets.
Hold on. Ben commented on James Harrison's comments?
Ben had something to say about Mike Tomlin, if I'm not mistaken, which is how he kind of put himself in the bullseye. He had a non-favorable public take that, or it became public, about Mike T.
I don't.
Yeah, there a lot of negative about Mike Tomlin. That's why he walked away the way he did. If anybody wants to know, it ain't rocket science why Mike Tomlin ain't talked to nobody on the way out the door. He wasn't messing with the Pittsburgh media. He wasn't messing with half of y'all. I mean, he just felt like he didn't know y'all that because y'all didn't respect the way he worked every day. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always about winning it all. You was in it every year, man. You was entertained. This is an entertainment business. Entertainment business. And it was the booze. It was the people standing in front of the crib. And the number one thing it was this Pittsburgh janky-ass media asking stupid-ass questions after all this time of watching Mike Tomlin and see how he get down, basically trying to get him fired. Even getting on the radio and saying certain things. Man, you can't hide from nothing being said these days, man. You're going to hear it. You're going to hear it. So, you know, he just feel like he ain't owe him nothing because y'all act like y'all ain't owe me nothing. Sound right to me. Right? Sound right to me. But if you got a different opinion, man, let me know, man. Leave something in the comments. It's your boy Filthy Rich on the Underground Sports Show. Live. We always live, you know what I'm saying? But it's always good to watch the show at another time, man. Let's see if Sean Kent got a little more to say. Or matter of fact, yeah, let's see what's up.
Remember that. If someone, Peyton, Luke, someone, if Justin, if someone remembers that and can give me the details on that.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44. Guys, Nina just built a
reputation so that others may get the same opportunity that Tomlin got. Tell me this, and I know you were just there for a year under that program.
Now watch this janky-ass question. Watch how Sean King flipping on it. Go ahead.
Was Ben the worst of the? And you don't have to say who was worse, but was he a reflection of an overall culture that had a lot of selfish players like him? Or was he a tone setter that perhaps legalized a lot of enigmatic behavior from teammates?
I feel like he was isolated in his behavior, and it was just accepted. Like that's just Ben, and they're like, don't speak too loudly if you disagree with it. Just accept it and do your job. And it's not like he was marching up the hill against the grain and he had a bunch of people behind him. It just was him being him. And I'm not like in a position to like be as adamant about it because I was only there for a very short period of time. But in the glimpses that I saw, I was not necessarily disappointed, Jason, but shocked because I'd never seen it in the game of football. You gotta think, in the game of basketball, this is kind of when load management and stars were like acting themselves out of situations to get them better. So it was like the divas were in the NBA game. It wasn't an NFL thing. So to me, that's why it kind of stood out because it was kind of diva-ish behavior.
Man, I'm just juxtaposing that to Tom Brady and Bill Belichick's relationship when they were successful for those 2 decades and how Brady went along with very corporate, buttoned up, he went along with everything Bill Belichick wanted to do. And it sounds like you might be arguing that Tomlin never got that, he didn't have the quarterback where he could build that type of partnership.
Well, 2 different situations. Brady was drafted by Belichick, correct? And he was a late round draft pick, so his whole energy was always trying to prove himself. Mike Tomlin inherited a Super Bowl champion, Big Ben Roethlisberger. I think he was a quarterback when they beat the Seahawks in Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Kyle, right. So it was a slightly different situation, dynamic-wise. And Tomlin was a first-time head coach. You're inheriting a quarterback that's already won a Super Bowl for this organization, so that dynamic to me is a little different in how it.
That's not easy to do, man. That's not easy to do. People just act like you supposed to just take it and run. Like that's easy. That's why I'm good with most of y'all. But yeah, man, that's Sean King. Like I said, Sean King set it straight, man. He set it straight to where he's the tiebreaker. He's the outside guy looking in, man. He's the outside guy looking in there, just dipped in, seeing what he's seeing. Oh, Bennett is a little bit of jerk, huh? So, you know, that's not a bad comment by Joey Porter. All y'all people defending him. Now, the offensive linemen, of course the offensive linemen supporting him, they his offensive linemen. That's what they do. Of course, he treated them cool. Them is going to be your best friends if you're the quarterback. But that was probably his only friends. And I still never seen him. I don't know what he did behind the scenes, but you seen Aaron Rodgers, what he did this year for his linemen. He brought them big wheels out for them boys. I don't remember none of that, but I'm just saying. You know, all the linemen came. The Castro, who else was it? Pouncey, of course. Banner. They all jumped on him. I'm like, of course, the lineman going to jump for you. You done bought them watches every year and shoes and come on, dog. Them is your boys. So yeah, even jerks got friends. Not saying Big Ben don't got no friends. We never said that. We said he was a jerk. That's all he said. Why am I act like I'm lying? Big Ben admitted it, dog. He admitted it already. But let's check out another Stiller here. Nate Washington. Ain't seen this guy in a minute. This is a little good conversation right here. Let's check this out. Nate Washington on the Joey Porter Big Ben comments, man. Let's check it out.
We touched on a little bit about, Big Ben. I don't know if Keith wants to ask the question, but we saw what Joey Porter was talking about, kind of Big Ben. And it looked like there was a lot of in-house drama.
That's Keith Bullock over there. I remember Keith Bullock for Tennessee. Yeah, you got Nate Washington. I don't know my man in the middle.
With the Steelers, I don't know.
Won a Super Bowl with him, but the person just not a good teammate. Like, he knows that. Anybody in the Steelers building knows that. But we protected him.
Hey, you know what easy talk? Everybody listen.
Hey, listen, let me first say this.
Yeah.
Peasy is the leader in the locker room that every coach wants.
That's big words.
Because, and let me say this, here's the reason why. There's no seclusion with Peasy. Like, you're not an offensive lineman and he doesn't talk to you, or you're not the kicker and he doesn't talk to you. There's no such thing. He talks to everybody. He has a relationship with everybody. And I'm not talking about, and I'm not talking about in the locker room, he speaks to you type of guard. No, I'm talking about invite you to dinner, have you around his family on Thanksgiving type of relationship. He is that type of guy. So I will say that first and foremost about Peasy. But it's family drama is family drama, man. It's like I want to grab my popcorn, but I'm sitting there too, like I'm hitting up the teammates, like, oh shit, what we gonna do?
Right.
I knew I was gonna ask,
but what I know, having been around you and your guys, from Pittsburgh, man, it's brother stacking, bro. You know what I'm saying? Getting some things off the chest. Coach Tomlin just kind of stepped away. So, people getting some things off their chest, saying how they feel. They wasn't saying that when Coach T was there. So it's almost, in my opinion, outside looking in. It's like a trickle-down effect. Now people just popping off, and Peasy ain't really with it. It seemed like. So,
let me say this, too. The narrative that this is blindsiding to whoever or any parties, we can throw that out the window. Like, this has been something that's kind of been all there's nothing that's been said that ain't been said to the person, to their face, in their vicinity. You know what I'm saying? So this is really more so a public thing now than it is.
It went from in-house to our house. I got
exactly. Exactly. But I let Big Bro talk when he talk, and I stay out of that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be the good guy always.
So yeah, they watched don't want no parts, man. He's like, yeah, back up, but you know, a lot of Steelers that came out and said what they had to say, man. I mean, to me, one of the closest guys to him, Mason Rudolph. That was one of the biggest ones to me. When Mason Rudolph hit the target thing and all that, there's a lot of Steelers that saying stuff defended him, or like I said, it was mostly linemen that defended him. Every other position feel like he was like, yeah, bro. Especially like a quarterback, in the quarterback room for you. And Mason Rudolph said, you ain't never look out for me. You ain't never helped me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's saying, but he just said, you ain't a, Peasy said, you're not a good teammate. And Mason Rudolph, bullseye. You ain't a good teammate, dog. You ain't a good teammate. Not to him. Not to him. You might have been once in your old line. You better be. That's what most quarterbacks going to do. But damn. Shady. But yeah, the Castro defended Big Ben. That was cool. It is what it is. But yeah, what else though, man? I mean, Steelers been dumping on each other though, man. They've been dumping on each other. It ain't nothing new. It ain't nothing new, right? Ryan Clark. Let's see what Ryan Clark got to say, man. Let's see what Ryan Clark got to say.
I think you're candidly 100% right, and I think there was a school of thought, and maybe even I fell into it, that said Antonio Brown was just doing the things he needed to do to get himself out of Pittsburgh. He wanted the trade.
Let's start this over.
Texans safety Justin Reed. Bear in mind, this guy's on an entirely different team. But he respected, he tweeted, I respect his game, but I can't wait to smash this dude. Speaking of AB, no need for that. And Rams safety Eric Weddle responded, no need for that, showing true colors right here, no respect for this dude. So let us bring Ryan Clark back into this conversation. I know RC from time to time. Okay.
All right, if you don't know, if you can't see, you talk about Antonio Brown, right? Let's go.
I see it.
Go. The old teammate, and this is the guy that's been talking about, yeah, we shouldn't be, we need to get into a group meeting, like, you know, because we acting like the Cowboys or whatever like that. Where's the tweet at? I got the tweet somewhere. Hold up. There's the tweet. That's it. You can read it for yourself. But yeah, that's what Ryan Clark said. So, but this is him 7 years ago. That's what I'm wilding on. That's what I don't understand. Let's go.
Go ahead. You try and stay out of this, but in this circumstance, you can't do it. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Well, you know, I train Justin Reed, so we've kind of texted back and forth about what he said. And from what he tells me, he's a man of his word. So he says that will happen. And I think the world is kind of starting to see it now. Even other players around the league who have no affiliation with the Oakland Raiders, with the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're kind of over the antics. They know that there is a code that has been broken here with Antonio Brown. And look, when he was going at Ben Roethlisberger, there were people who supported some of the things that he said. But when you go at Juju Smith-Schuster, who even in answering Antonio's initial tweet was still very respectful, and I'm not necessarily...
That's just what I said about Big Ben, right? Let's check it out.
Look, when he was going at Ben Roethlisberger, there were people who supported some of the things that he said.
There were people that supported him. There's always going to be somebody to support you. Even the jerk got friends.
But when you go at Juju Smith-Schuster, who even in answering Antonio's initial tweet was still very respectful, and I'm not necessarily sure what it does for Antonio to reveal a DM from a college guy who is trying to get better, showing you the utmost respect by reaching out to you. And as Juju said, all he's done is support Antonio Brown. I remember even at the Super Bowl, he was choosing his words very wisely as not to disrespect Antonio Brown. And then you see this, and you go at a guy at his lowest moment. If you think back to that game against the Saints, Juju Smith-Schuster is on the sideline crying about the fumble, crying about maybe having lost the postseason opportunities for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And what is Antonio Brown doing? He's smiling and taking pictures with Michael Thomas. You know why? Because he went off that day. He killed Marshawn Lattimore. He had 2 touchdowns because he's about stats. He's about money. And now he'll get his money in Oakland. If Derek Carr can find a way to get the ball to him, I believe he'll be successful and get his stats. But that's all he cares about. And he's showing his true colors of not being a good teammate. And whether this is controversial or not, I really don't care. And now finally showing y'all that he's just not a good human.
So he said, finally showing y'all. That means I've been new. So I'm saying he's not a good human. You basically did the same thing Joey Porter did. But you the guy talking about, what are we doing? Are we the Cowboys? No, you've been on national TV putting cats out there. And Antonio Brown was one of your targets, bro. That's what you did. You did the same thing to Robert Griffin. Did you not? Did you not, Ryan Clark? You did. You did. So, Ryan Clark be talking too much. I guess you could say the Steelers Brotherhood is talking too much. But hey, they got into it. Brothers fight. Everybody cool. Everybody was just talking about how Joey Porter was just chopping it up with Ben. Yeah, because they professionals, man. You get it on. I don't like that attitude to where you think you can't get it on with somebody and then recover and be cool with somebody or keep working with somebody. You know what I mean? Teammates, go and fight. Go and get into it. In a physical sport, whole bunch of alphas around, you're going to get into it. So, you know, all this is cool. Definitely created some good conversation. Who's right, who's wrong. Ben's definitely a jerk. And he even said it. Joey Porter is definitely telling the truth. He even said it. A lot of people will vouch for Joey Porter. That's what Nate Washington said. Straight shooter. He know everybody, right? And James Harrison seems to be in his feelings. I mean, he's been for a while. I mean, he's probably over it, but he's still taking his stance. Let me say that. Because I don't think he's in his feelings. But at some point, he didn't like what happened and couldn't understand why it was happening to where that's what Mike Tomlin was trying to say. You really want Debo back? Joey Porter, Keith Butler, you sure? You want Debo back? You sure you want the Debo for 1.5? You sure? And I told you so. But I let y'all have that. Because I know I got a secure job. I could do that. You're an ex-player. You might know something I don't know. You play the position. They let you have it. And, you know, it didn't really backfire for real. It just backfired on their relationship. And this kind of what he was saying. I really don't want the dude around. I'm cool. But, you know, if y'all want to do it, go ahead. That's y'all. Handle that for me. Didn't work like that, I guess. But it ain't doing nothing but saying he ain't a great coach. The Hall of Fame is putting Mike Tomlin in the Hall of Fame. Come on, bro. He ain't got the cheating. He ain't got nothing. He ain't putting Belichick in. Wouldn't that be sick if Mike Tomlin got into the Hall of Fame before Belichick? Oh, man. Talking about it. Talking about it, man. If Mike Tomlin you don't got to wait 5 years as a coach. Hold up. Let me find out the facts. Pretty sure I heard that. How long do you have to wait for a coach to get in the Hall of Fame?
Coaches can now be considered for the Hall of Fame after just one season following their retirement, a significant change from the previous 5-year wait. This means someone like Bill Belichick could be eligible soon after leaving a team.
That was really the difference in Bill Belichick's vote. If he had to wait to 5, I think he's in. First ballot. And that might be what Tony Dungy was talking about, man. They changed the rules. No, they changed the rules because they didn't. Tony Dungy said they wasn't able to pick as many people. But They also changed that rule to make you vote a little differently, because if you ain't going to have to wait, they're going to force you to wait, right? You can take your time, because now first ballot Hall of Famer for a coach don't mean the same. And I don't think no coach should be a first ballot Hall of Famer, honestly. That's just my opinion. But they do it though, right? But they do it, and they thought it was a shoe-in with Belichick. They thought it was a shoe-in. Ow, Pittsburgh Big Dog in the house. What's up, baby? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, man. It's Pittsburgh drama. They gave us a lot of good talking to do, man. They definitely did. We got to the bottom of it, though, right? We got to the bottom of it. Next, we're going to see if we can get Tyreek Hill, right? We're going to see if we can get Tyreek Hill in town. We definitely need another receiver, man. Next show, man, I'm going to hit y'all with a whole bunch of questions. See what's going on with this Pittsburgh Steelers season. Because we need to win a playoff game no matter who the fuck the coach is. I don't give a damn. You got black and gold on. We need to win a playoff game. Do it fucking matter who the coach is? Who's counting? I need a playoff win, and I'm thirsty for a Super Bowl. New England just made me hungry. They almost got the goddamn 7. We cannot let New England get the fucking 7. We've been the Kings forever, and we got to stay the Kings, because I got to keep talking shit until I'm 84. Like Jesse Jackson, man. R.I.P. to Jesse Jackson. Civil rights leader. Leader. You talking about all these leaders. Joey Porter, James Harrison, they both leaders, man. Big Ben, still a leader, even though he's a jerk. Aaron Rodgers, jerk. But he's still a leader. Sometimes leader got to be the jerk. Sometimes that's the only way you know how to lead is to be the fucking jerk. Sometimes your supervisor's a jerk because of y'all motherfuckers. But yeah. Yeah, we need to start now, man. Steelers need to start now. That's why I'm excited. Because we need a playoff win, man. We need a playoff win. Because we getting too comfortable with the disrespect. Oh, they're about to lose in the first round. I'm tired of people talking shit. Real talk. Real talk. I'm glad we shut Baltimore the fuck up, though. At least we did that, right? At least we did that. We don't need our next door neighbor talking shit. Cincinnati shut them the fuck up too. Cleveland shut them the fuck up too. And on the next show, I'm going to tell y'all how much and why I hate them teams so much. But yeah, man, today was a good show, man. Michael Jordan tripping. Tripping, Jordan. Damn, dog. What's up with that? We got to get to the bottom of this Michael Jordan shit, man. I wish he was knocking ice out his shirt. I wish he was, man. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I'm boggled on that. But hey, man, that's the Underground Sports Show, man. Hey, I'll be back later this week. Don't worry, man. I wasn't even supposed to be here tonight, but I had to get my freestyle on, man. So, yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, you know we keep digging on the Underground, man. So I'm going to see y'all later this week. Sound more like a Sunday, man. Let's get it, man. Underground Sports Show, maybe Friday night. You know I don't keep no schedule, man. Pittsburgh Big Dog says MJ, middle name is Jeffrey. Yeah, man. We out of here on the Underground Sports Show, man. We keep digging, man. We'll be back, man. No doubt. Go dig. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. It's your host, Filthy Rich, man. Do that for me. You know how we get down, man. It's the Underground Sports Show. See y'all next week, man. We out of here. Yeah. Keep digging. Keep digging. Keep digging. Go deep. It's the Underground. Yeah, keep digging. Keep digging. Keep digging. Go deep. It's the Underground. Yeah, keep digging. Keep digging. Keep digging. Go deep. It's the Underground. Yeah, keep digging. Keep digging. Keep digging, go deep, it's the Underground. Go deep, yeah, it's the Underground. Drop a bomb, yeah, everybody get down. Matter of fact, yeah, it's a touchdown. Get jiggy, yeah, in the end zone. Yeah, ask your girl, I'm in the friend zone. First down, yeah, I'm in the red zone. Can't stop,
Yeah, I get dirty, but we still getting purdy. Yeah, I get dirty, but we still getting purdy. Yeah, I get dirty, but we still getting purdy. Yeah, I get dirty, bad money, rock purdy. Yeah, I was in Atlanta, now I'm in San Francisco. Shotgun, lean back, you know how it go. I've been on the grind, I don't play Nintendo. I just need a window, blow out the endo. Now I got a visual, see what I gotta see. You don't wanna see me, filthy rich. I don't need your fucking TV. I got my own platform. Yeah, shoes so big they can never be more. Yeah, I get dirty, but we still getting purdy. Yeah, I get dirty, but we still getting purdy. Yeah, I get dirty, but we still getting purdy. Yeah, get money, get rich, rock purdy. Yeah, I get dirty, but we still getting purdy. Yeah, I get dirty, but we still getting purdy. Yeah, I get dirty, but we still getting purdy. Yeah, I get dirty, get money, rock purdy. Yeah, filthy rich or back. It's like a heart attack for the competition. Man, change your position, cause you ass nigga. You the last nigga that could beat me. Competition easy, yeah, filthy rich from the east side. Show me love, came back to the burg, I guess I'm in love. I'm a homer, so all I hit is home runs. Still trying to get this money, I ain't fucking done. I get dirty, but we still getting purdy. Yeah, I get dirty, but we still getting purdy. Yeah, I get dirty, but we still getting purdy. Yeah, I get money, get dirty, rock purdy. Yeah, I get dirty, but we still getting purdy. Yeah, I get dirty, but we still getting purdy. Yeah, I get dirty, but we still getting purdy. Yeah, I get money, get dirty, rock purdy. Yeah.